Yo, what's up, peeps, man? It's your boy King. What you're looking at right now is off-screen footage of NBA 2K20, and if I'm being completely honest with you guys, man, I think it looks pretty good. You know, um, it is not at all what I expected it to be. I'd expected it to really be NBA 2K19.5, but if you're looking for the right things as a simulation, as a sim head, you'll come to realize that a lot has changed with this motion system, and the czar touched a lot on change of speed and replicating real NBA game speed, and all of that is pretty much evident in this about almost 10-minute clip of gameplay that we have here, man. you know um, you're gonna see wall move like wall is supposed to move. You're gonna see these players getting past the defense when they're in position to get past the defense, and that is fucking huge to me. You know how much I complained about that on this channel over the course of the years. Immediately you see this motion system in action. Nice dunk there. But you're gonna see a lot of nice body up animations that don't look like they're too intrusive, right? So you see, he got Lou Williams beat this man off the dribble right there, beat Beal off the dribble right there. Now you're gonna see Wall bring this, but like you'll see, man. Like it's lovely, man. Like look at this change of speed right here, right there, real game speed. This is what I've always preached. You need real game speed to have these dribble moves work in the manner that they should be working. This is the reason why the AI was always a non-threat when you played against them, and it's really just because the game speed wasn't real. So if the AI did a move on you, the human has no real, the human's not gonna. You can react to moves on there and then get back into position. Like that's no good. Like I said, the game speed, you can see right here, these guys are moving, man. But right off the back, that's one of the things that I like, man, is the game speed. And I also like how guys are getting past their man when their man is out of position. Nine times out of 10, this should be the case. I showed you the video with Paul George and Kevin Durant, man. Ooh, nice baseline jam by Bradley. I showed you that, man. Like that, you have to be talented to drop that foot back and get back in position after you've been beaten like that, dude. Like once a guy gets his shoulder past you and you have to like pull your foot back to be able to get like that, you need to be a talented defender to do that. Like there's probably like 3 guys in the league good enough defensively to do that. Seriously. So I like what I'm seeing so far, man. The graphics, look pretty much. I mean, I'm not even gonna comment on that. We looking at off-screen gameplay, and only much I was gonna really comment on the screenshots, but you know how much those could be buffed. But like, yeah, man, it's notable enough changes to where I can see that they've put some work in this year. So, but yeah, it's I still don't know if I'm gonna buy it the first day. Maybe when I get my hands on the demo, comes out Wednesday, then maybe, I might get it. I have to feel. This is one of those things that you're gonna have to feel for yourself. But what I'm seeing here, man, is pretty decent. One thing I noticed is they're playing on the fucking all-star court, with like just the Wizards and the fucking the Clippers. I don't know. Like maybe they brought that option back. You remember that used to be an option in these 2K games, man. You used to be able to play on whatever court you wanted to play on with despite the team that you were using. So, but substitution menu the same. All of this is the same, just in a different language. But yeah, man, what's the point? Like, I will never understand. Matter of fact, I do understand from a marketing standpoint, but I would never really understand like why 2K wants. Like, this is the first way you see your game being played is crappy off-screen footage. Like, look, I see again. Look at Paul George beat this man off the dribble right there because this man was out of position. That's what should be happening. In the past. In previous 2K titles, man, it's been way too much of an emphasis on individual defensive talent on the perimeter, and that's just no good, man. It's just not reality. None of these defenders can really consistently stay in front of these elite ball handlers. I mean, even like halfway decent ball handlers, these guys are just way too athletic for that. So what they have to rely on is heavy scouting and also being able to drive defenders into the help defense. You know, and so you have, and you all, like I said, you also have to scout a lot to understand like what these players' strengths and weaknesses are. You know, so you have to. It's a takeaway. You can't just take everything away. It's the reason why it's damn near impossible to guard these guys. You know, on the goddamn perimeter. It's because like if a guy can shoot the ball, you have to play him close enough to where he just can't shoot the ball. And he's, I mean, if you get a certain distance to a guy close enough to him, he's fast enough, he's gonna beat you. He's gonna beat you every single time towards the rim. So now you gotta pick your poison. You know, then there's some guys that are just so damn athletic that it don't matter if you play them back or not, they're gonna attack you. You know, so it's just, but you know, like I said, man, the game is looking pretty. It's looking pretty decent. Now take my opinion for a grain of salt, because I mean we're all looking at like off-screen footage. Like we don't know, and honestly we don't know what build the game this is. Like we could be playing something completely different, and we also don't know if 2K is gonna patch the game to hell after it comes out, man. So, but graphically, what I can tell from the off-screen footage is that the court reflections do look a little better. It's been one of the things that a lot of people complained about with as early as NBA 2K15 is that the lighting in the game has been worse. Now I don't know about the crowd lighting. You know, crowd lighting is probably the major thing to give the game a more authentic look. But you know, it is what it is. Me personally, like the graphics, they're good enough for me. Like as long as things don't look so crappy that you know it's killing immersion, I'm good. The graphics already looked good enough. My main thing is gameplay. You know, but I really do. And this is why I say we really are lucky that we have some guys in the 2K community, because we take that for granted, man. Sometimes, man, like we have. This is the reason why we're even getting like games that are different, because everybody like to say like, oh, it's always the same game every year. Like it is not the same game every year. Madden is the same game every year. This is not the same game every year. Like every year they do try in development with this game, because you have guys there who give a damn about the game of basketball, but there's a balance between the suits. What's gonna sell is Park. Like Park is the most popular mode in the game. You know what I'm saying? Not offline My League or online My League. You know, and those are not the most popular games in game modes in the game. You know, so they have to go where the cash is. Also, when you're playing like offline My Leagues and shit like that and play now online, like they can't monetize you there. So the Park they can, Pro-Am they can, with these My Player builds and stuff like that, they can get a lot of money out of you in a situation where you have to build multiple builds and test them out and stuff like that. So, you know, I just want, you know, I'm just glad we got some guys in there who actually give a damn. So at least now this year we have some stuff to play with. You know, we have different players to play with, because apparently they're gonna feel different, because as Azar said, there's like 27 different styles of motion in this game, which is insane. You know, first of all, this has never been seen in a sports game. You know, to have that vast of a selection of just different like styles of motion. Like you mean to tell me like there's gonna be like 27 differences between how a guy stops and how fast a guy accelerates? You know what I'm saying? And what type of running animation he has. That's quite insane if I don't say so myself. So, but yeah, like I said, crappy off-screen footage. You know, they do this to play off the they really do this to play off the people who gonna buy the game the first day. You know, they could just drop gameplay 3 days before and dudes will just pre-order it immediately. You know, this is why they do it. But you know, I still personally I wouldn't have the first time you see my game be this. But shit is working out for 2K, man. Like this 2K19 was the highest grossing, you know, NBA 2K in history. So yeah. But anyway, people, man, it's been your boy King. Later.